You are listening to WIN on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe. Ladies and
gentlemen, prepare yourself for the WIN Show on KZKO. Take part with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week or during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the WIN KZKO blog. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You are listening to WIN World Local News.
WIN World Local News with Potter Smittss. Our top story today is brought to us by WIN Facebook contributor Brooke of New York, New York. NBC Nightly News anchor Brian Williams' battlefield embellishments have many wondering what news really is truly news. To see the nose grow on this news, let's go live to myself, Potter Smittss, in the WIN World Local News studio, who's standing by with the esteemed WIN senior news reporters, Mr. Pinocchio and President Richard Nixon. Potter? Well, thank you, Potter. I'm here with Pinocchio and President Richard Nixon to talk about credibility in the news. What is going to be your take on this, Pinocchio, since you're probably the most truthful person to ever live?
Oh, well, I believe that everything you see on the news is exactly true. Whatever the news tells you is true.
So what is the actual story behind the growing of your nose, then, if that is the case?
Oh, well, that would be an internal transformation of energy into mass. It's a reverse E equals MC squared, where the lies provide energy that I convert into more nose.
Well, President Nixon, you've been known as probably the most esteemed, most credible, honest, and beloved president of all time, and it's understood that in 2016 you will be seeking the presidency again. What would be your platform on truth and honesty within the media and within the congressional environment?
I didn't do it.
Well, that's true.
Well, Mr. President, you have not done anything yet. 2016 is still a few days away.
That might be true, but I know that there's another Richard Nixon out there who in the history books was discredited, defamed, and left to the wilderness.
Well, Pinocchio, I mean, is there any kind of mass injection that can maybe help the president out here with regards to these responses that I'm trying to get him to elicit?
Oh, well, sodium pentothal is also known as truth serum, but then that would make the news more boring. So just take whatever Nixon says is true.
Well, President Nixon, do you have anything that you'd like to tell me with regards to a fib, perhaps?
To what?
A fib. Something that might not be completely truthful, but something that might be bordering on truth.
You want me to tell a fib?
Well, I know you never have in the past, and I'm sure you won't in your next presidency, but therefore, between that time, maybe you can give us just a little one, Mr. Nixon.
I couldn't. I wouldn't. I never have.
Pinocchio, how about you giving us a fib here? Because I can see your nose bumping into, well, almost my face.
Well, I am the first wooden puppet to conquer K2.
K2 as in?
The mountain where I planted my flag on the very top.
Oh, okay. What flag did you plant on top?
The flag of Lesotho.
Lesotho, as in the country?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's great. I didn't know.
That's where I'm from, originally.
Oh, you were carved out of wood from Lesotho?
No!
Ow! Pinocchio, you hit me in the eye. That is not very professional.
You brought this on yourself, Potter.
I'm so sorry.
You play with a lying puppet and you'll get the nose.
Well, why don't you turn to your right and poke Mr. Nixon then instead?
Ow!
President? That's an assault charge right there. Would you like to have Mr. Pinocchio arrested?
No, I think I'd like this little wooden boy to be in my cabinet.
And what role would he be taking?
Secretary of Parks and Recreation.
Oh! I thought you wanted me to be the cabinet.
Oh, we could do that too.
Well, no, I'd rather not.
Well, okay, on that note, we'll go back to Potter. Well, thank you, Potter. Our next story is given us by WIN Twitter correspondent Sarah of Bend, Oregon. Olympic decathlon champion and soon-to-be transsexual Bruce Jenner was just involved in an automobile accident. To find out where Mr. Jenner decided to get into a crash and why he did so, let's go live to Hollywood, California, and WIN transgender reporter Dr. Sam Alex with the story. Dr. Sam?
Yes, I'm standing here with Mr. Bruce Jenner, or Mr. at the moment.
Thank you, yes.
Now, you chose this particular site to have a collision in your automobile.
Yes.
And your motivations behind that are related to your upcoming surgery. Is that correct?
Yes. This part of the land
is quite significant, yes?
Yes. It has a yin and yang of the cosmic energies. It's a locus of energy right here where the positive and negative come together and swirl, and they become a different, morphed, combined energy, much like I will be.
Is that how you view yourself? Swirling forces of energy?
Yes, swirling forces of gender energy. Genergy, as I call it.
Are we all imbued with Genergy? Do I have Genergy?
Well, we are all imbued, but in some it flows more strongly than others. We here in the transsexual community, as you are, or the transgendered community, as you are part, we have a much greater connection to these combined energy flows. We're in a way, in many ways, an evolved version of the species.
Do you think in the future, then, all human beings will be transgender?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I believe as we evolve forward, the human species will be able to morph back and forth between genders. As the non-transgendered individuals are bred out of society and those genes become less prevalent, you know, a pure trans community worldwide, morphing back and forth as the African frog does.
Are you going to pay the hospital fees for the back surgery that the person you crashed into requires?
Oh, of course, yes.
All right, well, there you have it, Potter. We're all swirling Genergy, and at the time, Mr. Bruce Jenner will pay...
For the record, that will be changing to Mr. Brucelina Genergy.
Well, there you have it, Potter.
Well, thank you, Dr. Alex. That's interesting. That kind of questions who I am at this point in time, and matter of fact, I'm tearing up in depression. Well, anyway, let's go over to the World Sports Desk and just talk to Fired Up Frank, who's in Fiji at the International Rhythmic Wave Counting Championships. Fired Up, what is going on down there?
Hey, Potter. I'm relaxing here in a lawn chair, watching 3 native Fijians count waves in a rhythm that is very conducive to sleep. I must admit I've missed several hours of the competition, in and out. As far as I can tell, the wave counting has proceeded into the 8-digit numbers, and they're showing no signs of stopping. The local Fijian government is subsidizing food stores that are being brought in on the backs of the waves in bottles, so as the contestants are counting, they can just retrieve food from the water and continue. As far as I can tell, this contest will be continuing for the next upwards of possibly a year. So I'm looking forward to staying out here, and I will keep you updated with any developments. Back to you.
Thank you. Fired Up for that reporting. That was wonderful. Let's go head over to the World Weather Desk at Tulip Sunspring, who's in Mumbai, India, waiting for monsoons to come. Tulip, tell them about the weather.
Hi, Potter. I'm just placing a barricade of sandbags to protect this sanctuary for lost dogs. Some of them are rabid. I think one of the rabid ones bit me. But around the world, there's some more pleasant weather. It's about 80 degrees in South Florida right now. These bags are getting heavier. Clouds are moving in pretty quick here. Maybe, and sometimes. Oh no! Ow! I'm being chewed alive. I gotta go.
I'm so sad to hear that happened to you too. But thank you all for tuning to WIN World Local News. I'm Potter, or Mrs. Potter, Patricia Smittss. Good day and stay tuned for Community Club. Thanks on the World Improv Network.
Give the WINcast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO WIN blog during the commercial break of a case that needs to be heard during community court. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to WIN on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.